Let's welcome our Vice Chancellor and Director of Athletics, Hunter Yurachek.
Wow, what a crowd. Good afternoon, and thank you for being here as we gather together as a Razorback family to welcome our new head football coach back to the University of Arkansas. I look forward to introducing you to Coach Pittman and his wife Jamie in a few minutes, but first I want to take this opportunity for a couple of thank yous. And I would be remiss if I didn't start by thanking Coach Barry Lunny Jr. for serving our football program as the interim head coach during a very challenging stretch. He poured his heart into our student athletes and our program during the past 4 weeks, and I cannot thank him enough for taking on this role for our university. So, Coach Lunny, thank you. And I want to thank the men sitting over here to my right, some of the members of our football team, our student athletes who I know have endured so much during the past 4 to 5 weeks, and I want to thank you guys for hanging in there with me. Great days are ahead for our football program, I promise you that. And please bear with me, because over the past few weeks, as I have led this search, there have been a number of people that have supported me and assisted me with this search that I want to thank. First, our University System President, Dr. Donald Bobbitt, our University Chancellor, Joe Steinmetz, who's here with us today, our incredible Board of Trustees led by our Chairman, Mr. John Goodson, and my right hand for the past couple of weeks, Mr. Steve Cox, who has been a tireless worker, Virginia. I'm glad you can have him back now. I also want to thank from our Board of Trustees, Mr. Ed Fryer. Mr. Fryer's right here. He allowed us to use his somewhat untrackable plane for this search. And I want to thank his pilots, Blake and Ricky. They had a lot of fun with their flight trackers trying to hide where that plane was going to and from. So thank you so much for allowing us to use your plane for the search. It makes my job so much easier to have access to that. I want to acknowledge our Deputy Athletic Director, John Fagg, and his wife, Amanda. Where's John? John, stand up. John has been by my side throughout this and an invaluable resource. And I think John and I both agree that we've seen enough of each other for the past 2 weeks, and for sure, John, thank you. I echo that sentiment. And there have been a number of people behind the scenes that have helped me with this search, led by our external team and our Deputy AD, Rick Thorpe, who put this event together, and another incredible rollout for our new head coach. I want to thank our legal counsel, our Chief Legal Counsel, Matt McCoy, for his role, our Deputy AD and CFO, Clayton Hamilton, for his role, Alicia Venables and our travel office for helping us with our travel arrangements, and of course my administrative assistant, Leanne Bowles. A big thank you to all of those folks. And finally, for my family, and two of my boys are here with me, Ryan and Brooks, and my son Jake, of course, is a student athlete on the football team. This has not been an easy time for them, and especially to my wife. I know this was a very stressful couple of weeks as she watched me go through this process, but I can assure you I came home last night, and if you remember, after the Coach Musselman search, we had a new puppy, no new dogs at the house last night. So we made it through virtually unscathed. You know, as I talked to coaches around the nation about this opportunity, it reaffirmed to me what I believe about our program. The University of Arkansas football program is one of great tradition and great pride, and with the right leader can have great success within the Southeastern Conference. I know for many of us in the Razorback Nation, coaching searches can last much longer than we prefer. But it was important that we took our time to find a great coach, and also to identify a coach who truly wanted to be here at the University of Arkansas and clearly understands our state and the expectations we have for our football program. It was important to find a coach that operates with the utmost integrity, both on and off the field, and hires a staff that carries the same positive attributes that they will carry on to our team on and off the field. It was important to find a coach who had experience in the SEC, winning battles on the recruiting trail, winning battles in the trenches on the field, and who had a track record for developing NFL-ready players. From the first time I spoke to Coach Pittman, he made it clear to me he and his wife, Jamie, wanted to be at the University of Arkansas. He understood the tradition and the pride of our program, and he wanted to be a part of the building process to restore this pride and tradition. I assure you, he is not intimidated by the mountain our football program has to climb in the Southeastern Conference Western Division. He told me this: you don't need to worry. He was not focused on his salary or what his buyout was going to be. He confidently told me, you don't need to worry about your buyout unless you're planning on failing. I'm not going to fail. I'm not going to let down our student athletes. I'm not going to let down our fan base. I'm not going to let down the University of Arkansas. I promise you, together, we will build a winning football program. It was so easy to feel the passion he has for this state, the passion he has for the Razorback football program, and the passion he has for developing young men on and off the field. Around the SEC and across the country, Sam Pittman is known for his relentless recruiting, the tough and physical play of the players he coaches, and the development of NFL-ready linemen, and more importantly, the development of young men. The impact that Sam and Jamie Pittman clearly had on the Razorback football program and this community during their previous time here made it hard for me to believe that they had only been here for 3 years. As I quickly found out last night, they have touched the lives of so many people within our community and across this state. It is indeed an exciting day for our football program as we welcome back to Arkansas and introduce our new head football coach. And so without further ado, I want to turn it over to John George, our longtime public address announcer, for the official introduction.
All right, Razorback fans, are you ready to stand up? Let's stand up and call those hogs.
Your eyes on your feet. More than anything, play the game confidently. Be a badass. You know what I mean? Yes!
Now, Razorback fans, let's welcome back to the Hill, joined by his wife, Jamie, the head coach of your Arkansas Razorbacks, Sam Pittman.
Yes, sir. Let's go Hogs. Well, I have some news for you. I was watching that video back there, and I had fooled myself thinking I lost a little weight since I was here. Wrong. I want to thank Hunter Yurachek, John Fagg, and Steve Cox, Board of Trustees, and Chancellor Steinmetz. You know, I met some of these guys yesterday. It was yesterday, wasn't it now? And I tell you what, great people that are in charge of the University of Arkansas, and people that love the university. And I want to thank Judy Henry. She's awesome. And she helped me. I think what she did was she bugged Hunter a lot. And but she did a great job. She called me, and she thought I could get the job. She thought I deserved the job. And by golly, I wanted it. And so she helped me very much. I want to thank the University of Georgia. Kirby Smart has been very good to me. We had a good run there, and I had some really good players there, good kids. And I want to thank Kirby for being so kind to Jamie and I. I want to thank my wife. She was the first six-star back in 1986. So my recruiting skills started a long time ago. Stand up. We want our program to reflect the great state of Arkansas. And I'm not a big slogan guy or anything like this, but we're going to work hard. We're going to be blue collar about it. We're going to be tough. We're going to earn what we get, and we're going to go after it. Well, the traditions of the state have calling the hogs. You going to sell me a house? There's only one Razorback. Isn't it the greatest mascot of all times? Not going to do it. I need that. The coaching tradition with Frank Broyles and, of course, Ken Hatfield sitting here. How you going to get better than that? Can't. But I'm going to work hard. In recruiting, guys, there's a lot about recruiting. I mean, we have to recruit our own players. I think that's the first thing we need to do. We got to get in here and recruit our own players. We have to recruit our future players. We have to recruit our future coaches. And we have to recruit our alumni and our past players. We need them all back to be Arkansas strong once again. I have had my phone, and I don't know the number, but I have my new phone and my old phone. And I've had 500 plus messages from coaches you would be shocked, or you might not be, who want to come to the University of Arkansas. So it would be very hard for me to believe that if the coaching world wants to come to the University of Arkansas, how come we can't get the players in our state and across the nation to feel the same way, and I believe we can. Honestly, I believe we will. As your head coach, as you can tell, this means a lot, you know. No. I'm done. Y'all, I don't deserve that. Thank you. But I want to earn your trust. The only way I know how to do it is be loyal to you, be honest with you, and go work hard. And that's what we're going to do. I'm a wreck. I did some pretty good interviews today. They were good. There's easy, question about the hog and all that. I just, woo. But I'm humble, excited to be your coach, and we'll do the best we can for you. We're not going to promise. We're going to promise we're going to work our butt off for the University of Arkansas. We're going to get it done. Thank you so much. You
did a great job. We're going to transition over here. Right. Folks, let's hear it again for Coach Sam Pittman. You sit right here.
Okay. This side. All right, that's it. Y'all sit down.
What have the last 24 hours? What have they been like for you and Jamie?
Hey, Robbie. Well, I cried twice. I cried whenever he offered me a job, and I just did then in front of, seemed like a lot of folks. Stupid. The last 24 hours have been awesome. You know, they came to see us, and we got in a plane. It's a nice plane, by the way. And we flew in here. Greatest thing, I got to talk to the team. Team was so awesome. You know, they set up, they looked at me. I hope they felt my passion towards the program. And then today was, I really don't remember about today, but I know I did a lot of photo shoots. They had me doing all kinds of stupid stuff, you know what I mean? Raw and all that, you know what I mean? I guarantee you Coach Hatfield wouldn't have done it. But by golly, Coach Pittman did.
I was going to say. Coach, I look out, I see a lot of former players. A lot of your former players had a big hand in you being here today.
Yeah.
What does that mean to you?
Oh, they're awesome. I mean, them kids, the thing about it is they were great players, and now they're out in the community just kicking butt. You know, I mean, they're great kids, married, babies. But when they wrote that letter to Hunter about me, it was awesome. I told Jamie at that time, if we don't ever get the job, that letter's good enough. It was awesome. It was great.
You have earned the reputation as being a great recruiter, a great relationship builder. You talked about recruiting the guys you've got and then branching out from there. Tell us a little bit about relationship building and why that's so important to you.
Well, I think it's the only way you're going to have a chance to get somebody to believe in you. You know, if I don't know something, it's like going to class. If you go to class 50% of the time, and the teacher doesn't know who you are, you have no relationship with you, don't be shocked you get an F in the class. It's the same way with recruiting. It's the same way with building relationships. It has to be constant. It has to be honest. It has to be sincere. And you have to recruit everybody in that family. And you have to do it a lot in any spell in that. And that's what you got to do with your own team, though. I told them last night, I said, communication or the lack thereof communication is going to kill our program, so we're not going to have it. We're going to have plenty of it. And I wanted them to come see me and talk to me. But recruiting's the same way. Recruiting's just about getting to know each other.
You lead a football life in so many ways and have led a football life in so many ways. The last 8 years in the league, many years coaching other leagues or in other leagues prior to that, how has all that prepared you for this?
Well, I learned a lot from a lot of good coaches. Butch Davis was a good coach, and of course Kirby Smart's a good coach, and I could go on and on and on. But I think the main thing that it prepares you for is how difficult it is to recruit in the SEC and to understand what it takes, what you need player-wise, coaches-wise to compete in the SEC. And I heard Hunter, by the way, that was I was wondering who that guy you was talking about when I was standing back there. That was awesome. I was waiting to see if it was me, and I was like, but anyway, I think that I lost my train of thought.
You were talking about the coaches you've learned from and all the things that have gotten you ready for the day.
Well, and I think this, that getting these big people, getting size, getting talent, getting all those things, everybody has to have it. And I learned basically, I thought I knew how to recruit until I went to Georgia and worked with Kirby Smart, and that was recruiting on steroids. I mean, that's what it is. And it's relentless, it's all the time. So I really learned a lot from Kirby about the passion of recruiting. And I've done well recruiting in my life, but he prepared me more for this head coaching job. I appreciate him for that.
In terms of being a head coach philosophically, you know, people are familiar with you as an offensive line coach. What about Sam Pittman as a head coach now?
Well, again, I want to run a program that's loyal, that's disciplined, that is tough, that scores more points than they do. You know, the thing about our players is, you know, they hired an O-line coach, you know, and all we want to do is score more than they do. And so if we come out here and we're in an RPO system, if we're not 3 yards in a cloud of dust, unless that's the way we got to win the game, and then we'll be 3 yards in a cloud of dust. But that's not what an O-line coach is about. An O-line coach is about trying to score more points than the opponent. And so we're going to be aggressive. We're going to be tough. Fundamentals, if you hear the NFL guys right now, that's the biggest thing that's gone from the game. And it wasn't from his team. And so we're going to we're going to stress the fundamentals of the game and the toughness of the game and seeing what you block and pre-snap reads. And we're going to go back to the base fundamentals of football, and we're going to be tough. And then after that, we're going to worry about the next thing. But if we can get that done, we can win a lot of games just going that far.
And let's wrap it up by talking about what made you want to come back to Arkansas, you and Jamie. What was it about this place? What is it about this place?
I don't know. You know, when I came here in 1978, the summer of 1979, and I was a one-star athlete out there at camp. And I thought I was going to get a scholarship to Arkansas. Lou Holtz was the coach. And I fell in love with the place. Now, my uncle had been out in his car and listening to the Razorback games on the radio. Seemed like he did it every Saturday, so the car must not have been in very good shape. But he was out there doing it. And I just fell in love with Arkansas. And then we graduated over at Grove, which is 75 miles or so from here. And most of the people in the state of Oklahoma are Oklahoma State, and I was Arkansas Razorback. And I don't know, I just always had a love for Arkansas. And then whenever we got an opportunity to come back here 7 years ago now, it seems shorter than that, but 7 years ago from now, that was one of Jamie and I's dreams. And of course, coming back now, it's whatever's better than a dream.
You want to call the Hogs as the head coach?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's stand up and do it. All right, Coach, you want to lead us? Here we go.
Yeah, I do. Whoa, pig suey. Whoa, pig suey. Whoa, pig suey. Razorbacks. You do it?